Morning, everybody. I'm just getting everything set up here for my first stream in 2023. And scan the markets today. We're going to look for some opportunities. We're going to talk about strategy. We're going to talk about where things are and where I think things will head to in the coming days and weeks. Hello, welcome. All right, welcome to my stream. If this is your first time here, thanks for joining me. If you're from the Onyx crypto trading training platform, welcome. I'm here to answer your questions. And if you're not, if you have no idea what they are, that's fine too. Let me know in the comments if you've ever heard of Onyx before. That's the trading platform that I'm a part of. It's a trading platform, so that's where I learned everything that I show you guys on this stream. If you have any questions about my strategy, if you have any questions in general about trading, ask away. I'm here to help. And today we're going to be looking at the markets. Today we're going to be looking at where we are at, where we might head to, and what opportunities I can see that I want to take up. And I've started practicing a lot more on the 15-minute chart lately. So we're going to take a look through the 15-minute chart where I think there is a few more smaller trades that we can make, and I want to talk through that as well and what that might mean for risk and strategy as far as that goes. So let's take a look at the market, shall we? Usually we start with the DXY, and that's what we'll start today. Why? Because it gives us a pretty good overall view on the market, where things have been heading and where things may go soon. And this is pretty cool. I like what I'm seeing here. We have broken through this demand zone right here. Now, as the price of the DXY goes up, usually we see crypto prices go down. And as the price of the DXY goes down, we usually see crypto prices going in, with the leading theory as people are buying into crypto, the DXY goes down in general. So what does this mean? Well, we've broken through this demand zone here, which means we are free to now test these lower prices, these lower DXY prices down here. And this could have a huge impact on the price of Bitcoin. We could see it start to try and head up to the top of its structure again. However, bear in mind, we've only just broken through this zone here on the DXY. And we do know that probably before we break through further, we may have a retracement where higher prices might be tested. So what does this mean for Bitcoin? Ignore all of my scribbles for now. In fact, let's clean this up a fair bit. Well, let's just delete one thing and then clear it up. What does this mean right now? It could mean that Bitcoin comes and tests these higher prices up here, or even up here before it comes. No, we're talking the other way around. Bitcoin could come down and test this lower boundary down here, meaning DXY could retrace. Could retrace to here, could retrace to here, could retrace to here. Those are three possibilities of a retracement for the DXY. What does it mean for Bitcoin? Oh man, this music is killing me. I think we just need to chill. Let's just chill for now. Felt like I was in a rave. No, let's just chill for now. Let's just talk a bit of crypto. Let's just take it easy. Slow it down a little bit. All right. So, if the DXY goes up and retraces, we could see Bitcoin price test lower prices. So we could very much see this point here get tested, maybe even, because last time we hit this point here, this demand zone right here, last time we hit this point, we only just touched it. Most of us who were looking at this area, we didn't get our longs triggered. So the next time it touches this particular zone, we could see it come to 50% of the zone and have a much bigger reaction off. It's possible. If it breaks through this zone, then the next place we're going to be heading for a long will be down here. And I love these places for longs. I prefer the bottom, but the top here is within our zone down here of discounted prices. So that's kind of exciting. But the price down here is much, much, much better. So some of the opportunities that I saw in Bitcoin over the past week or so, I didn't take them up, but I'm planning on taking these up. I found these on the 15-minute zone. Sorry, the 15-minute chart. I'm going to treat these a bit differently though. Because in my view, on the 15-minute chart, it's going to have inherently slightly more risk than the higher time zone. So when I take these trades, I'll be taking these trades in the future at a 1% risk ratio. Well, no, not risk ratio, just a 1% risk of my total bag. Usually I'm risking 3%, but for these 15-minute trades, I'm going to bring it down to 1% just so I can maintain my risk levels until I know what my win rate is at 15 minutes. But looking at the 15-minute chart, I could have had 3 trades on in this past week, which were all 3-to-1s, which would all have relatively triggered. And this last one here, we're just waiting for this price to drop through here so I can take a profit. Now, I didn't put these trades on. I wasn't really trading over this last period. I just saw these today and thought I'd chart them up. In the future, I will be looking more at this 15-minute time zone, getting a few more trades on. And as I get more confident in my 15-minute window, I'll be putting those risks up to 3%, but not until I'm confident, not until I know what my win rate is at 50%. So these, sorry, not 50%, 15-minute time frame. At 15-minute, I'll be treating these a bit differently on a different spreadsheet so that I can track them separately. I want to know the main difference in win rates between 15-minute and my usual 1 hour to 4 hours. Hell, maybe in the future we could even go down to 5 minutes, but I'm going to do this scientifically. Okay, I want to know my win rate for higher time frames versus my win rate for lower time frames. And that will tell me what I can afford to risk in terms of my entire bag size. Alright, so that's Bitcoin. We are currently heading, in my view, possibly heading towards lower prices. Could be wrong there, but I do think we're going to see lower prices. I do think we're going to head all the way down to at least 16,300 and whatever, and potentially even down to the 1600 level. It could happen. It could happen this week. That's what I'm thinking. Will I be shorting from here? Not a long short. Not a long shot. And the reason why I'm not going to be shorting from here is simply because we are already in discounted prices. Let me just line that up nicely. We are already in discounted prices. So while I may take a short on the 15-minute chart for this particular structure that's here, that's only going to have a 1% risk if I was going to take it. If I was looking for a higher time frame, more solid 3% risk trade, well, I wouldn't be taking a short around here because we're still in discounted prices. I'd only be looking for longs in this area here, and this area here. Having said that, I do think the price is going to drop from here down to here and potentially there for me to pick up a long. So I'm going to be waiting for that. Until then, I will take smaller trades. And looking at what we've just seen on the 15-minute chart, we do potentially have an area here, which is even still good for another short here, honestly. Because we have left an imbalance there. In fact, I need to rejig this because this new structure is slightly different from where it was. So last up candle before a down candle. No, it's still perfect. It's still fine. That's a risky trade that is worth considering because I think we'll retest that one more time at least, and then I think we're going to come down. And if I'm going to take this trade, I need to have a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio on the next possible order block is going to struggle to get past. And for me, that's this area here. Price will come down here and sort of struggle. It's already struggling at this this zone here. And can I get a 3-to-1 there? No, I can't. But I can get one at the last demand zone right there. So that's a possibility. I'm not saying I'm going to put that through. Maybe I'll just paper trade these for now. I'm going to consider them and just keep them in mind. Because for me, I make most of my money on my higher time frame trades. Those are the ones I definitely recommend. But we are going to we're going to science the shit out of the smaller time frame trades. We're going to see if I can do them. All right. So that's Bitcoin. Look at ETH next, of course. Okay. Ethereum sitting right now around the 50% zone. Nothing too exciting around this zone. I really don't like trading around this zone at all. But considering that I am thinking the Bitcoin price will probably come down. So let me check the DXY again. So I'm thinking we have to retrace at some point. Retracement should be happening, and if we're going to be retracing, let's have a look at where we're likely to retrace. You know, I have been fairly close in my prediction for this DXY price. It's fairly close. Fairly close. I'm pretty happy with that. The areas that we could retrace to, well, of course, this top zone right here would be the first place that we retest. Could be. And then, of course, these two zones here are really close. So we're likely to even have our price come up and test through there. For me, this is the big area here that I think DXY could retrace to. So, and I say could. I don't know if it's going to, but if it does, I want to be prepared. I think we could see this kind of action here. To me, that'd be best case scenario. What would this mean? Bitcoin price goes down slightly, comes back to normal. Bitcoin price goes down to the bottom of its structure, and then we start the climb up. That's the story that that's the narrative that I'm going to be prepared for. Not saying it's going to happen, but that's what I'm preparing for. So that I can pick up trades here or here. Now for ETH, what does that mean? The price could come down to here. Definitely. I mean, it hasn't even tested this demand zone yet. And this one's sitting here with stops. Look at these. Got stops here, stops here, stops here. If anything at all, price is going to shoot through those stops and at least test this area here. Could we put a long on there? Yeah, we probably could put a long there. Probably could. Now, that's the only thing with putting a long here is this price structure that we've got here. It's going to make it difficult to get that 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. It really is. If I put my short there, which is as tight as I'm willing to go, we can squeeze in a 3. Just. So that looks pretty good. If price breaks through my point here, well, it's going lower. How do I know it's going lower? Because we've got stops. We've got stops. Where are my stops? We've got stops here. Yeah, because of those right here. So what does this mean? It means every time the price came down to here, retail traders were going long, which means stops were sitting here. Price came back down, price hit this zone, retail traders took it long, stops are sitting here. Price came up and came back again, retail traders went long, even more stops sitting right here. So stops are really just waiting for smart money to come in and use them to get in and out of the market. So I do think if the price is going to come back down and it's going to test this area here, I really do think we're going to see prices come down to here. So this is the long that I'm really looking to get in on. So there's 3 potential long areas there. And my style of trading is I like to be prepared. I love to take a long in this area here. I'd love to, and then as the price came up into here, set it to break even. I mean, you're pretty likely to see some sort of reaction on here, at least a reaction good enough to take a bit of profit. I'm gonna get rid of these now. These are old. Having said that, I'm still going to keep my fib there because if we do see higher prices, I do think we're going to have a bit of a struggle at this 768, so the 70% zone. I think we could see a reaction off there, and I'd like to keep that on. However, I don't want to do that because if the price breaks through there, price breaks through there, are we going to see higher prices? Well, actually, you know what? Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what the market tells us as the price comes up through there. So those are my ETH plans for now. Now, I'm not going to be doing 15-minute on the ETH chart. I don't really see a lot of opportunity there at the moment that isn't on Bitcoin. I'd like to just focus on one coin on the 15-minute charts. There's been some very big wicks here. So for now, for ETH, I'm going to focus on the usual, the 1, 2, and 4 hours. I'll stick to 15 minutes on the Bitcoin chart. Not stick to, but I will have my 15-minute ideas. Now, Chili's. This is something that I was in before. Triggered in over the last few days on Chili's. I had a long idea that was here. This was here and triggered. Triggered while I was taking a little bit of a break, spending some time with the family. That was there. As price came down a bit, I decided this was not a long that I really wanted to be in anymore. So I took a break even. In fact, I need to actually update my my text here. Just give me 1 sec because we have an extra break even. 1 minute, everybody. So we took another break even there. No, I think there was like $3 loss. So. Yeah, didn't like that price action at all, and I got out of that. Why? Because I wasn't sure exactly what Bitcoin was doing at the time we headed into here. This dropped very suddenly down there, and I wasn't sure about the Bitcoin price coming down. Bitcoin was still at around here. So at the moment, looking at DXY, looking at Bitcoin, I do think we'll see the price come and test these lower zones again. I do think that might happen. So for Chili's as well, I am waiting for it to drop through here and come and test these lower prices for me to pick up a long. We are in long territory for Chili's. So this was top of the range. Sorry, this was middle of the range a few weeks ago. And I was waiting for lower prices to take that long. This is middle of the range ages ago. And if we take the whole structure into consideration, which we can do now, let's have a look where we are. Top of the range, just using a ruler here to go top of the range to bottom of the range. And redraw our 50% zone right here. So anything below this line is discount, and everything above this line is premium. And we can break it down again. I love to break it down again. Because everything below this line is premium. Sorry. Discounted discounts, which I love. This is like fire sale. And if we look at Chili's over a really high time frame, this is really, really discounted. We've seen these prices before back in June, and it's been ranging up the top ever since. So I think for Chili's, it's time for a long, but I'm going to wait till we reach down here. We didn't see a huge reaction of this price. No reaction at all. So because of that, I'm thinking there aren't many people going long right now. We're going to wait until we get down to here. But I'm going to have to target this new supply zone right there. That supply zone wasn't there when I first put this trade idea in. So I have to target there, and we can still get a 4.21. Honestly, for this type of trade here, I would be doing this area here. So 0.111 would be my take profit 1 zone. But I'd probably try and take this one all the way to the top. I'd try to. I mean, why not? It's bottom of a very big range. Most likely thing that might happen. If we take a fib from bottom of this to top. Oops, other way around. All the way around. Fib from the top all the way to the bottom. Most likely, we are probably going to see price come to the 786 line. At least to there, which could be a 23.6 risk to reward ratio. So that would be fantastic. So I'm just going to be patient for chilies. Let the price come to me. Alright, XRP. This is a trade I had been planning on this stream for a while, but it happened while I wasn't really paying attention on the charts. I would have taken that long. That was what a lot of people call a scam wick coming down here. So that was smart money making a move. Just as predicted. Would have been a lovely long to be in. However, I am still feeling pretty bearish on Bitcoin. So if I had actually triggered this long, I definitely would have taken profits by now and been out of it. Because if Bitcoin's bearish, then this whole structure here is going to break. Which is kind of sad. I hope it doesn't. I hope we see higher prices come through. But I'm not feeling very good at the moment. I've seen a few reports. I've seen a few YouTube reports that whales are buying back into coins, back into ETH and back into Bitcoin, but haven't seen that pump in the charts at all, really. And for me, this particular area here, right? Let's get rid of. No, I'm not gonna get rid of. No, get rid of that. This particular area here. Where's my circle? This is a bit troubling. This bit here is a bit troubling because to me that looks like a swing failure. And unfortunately, it didn't even test this higher zone up here. I want to get rid of this box here. And now it didn't test up here at all. So it failed before even getting back up into this demand zone. Sorry, supply zone. It failed before it got to the supply zone. That's not a great sign. That to me could mean we are on the way back down. So, meaning this particular demand zone here that we tapped into didn't have enough power to really push us up into higher prices. So I'm thinking this price is going to retrace. So that's why I would probably be... I'm staying out of this chilies. I would definitely be taking profits on this XRP and just waiting to see what happens on that. Looking at Link. This is another one that we'd been looking at on this channel for a while now. And it's hit. Price came into the zone we were looking at. And look, I was greedy on this. You know what? Did that even hit? Let's just double check. Oh, it just missed. Oh, no, it hit. No, it didn't. It missed. Oh, so close. But even if that had been triggered, I'd be pretty wary about this right now. It's a nice structure. It's a very lovely structure. I love seeing coins at range like this. There's a lot of opportunity there. But given that it's broken free of its structure here, we're now testing the bottom of the structure. I would have loved for this to happen while Bitcoin was also at the bottom of its structure, and looking that it's going to head back up, but it's not looking great on that front. So if I was triggered into this Link trade, I would just be sitting tight for now. For ETC, similar situation for ETC, but slightly better. We're still in discounted prices, looking for long opportunities for sure. We haven't tested this zone down here, and if Bitcoin does come down, we could see ETCs come down, and that could be a great trade to make. Except for one thing. If the price does move down from here, it's going to create a supply zone, which means it's going to struggle to get past here, which is only a 1.5 risk to reward ratio, It's not great. I can shave. I can't. I'm not really comfortable shaving much more off this stop point there. That's a 1.5. So not a terrific trade. However, the original idea was to go off this supply zone there at 3.7. It's an idea. It's an idea. I'll keep it there. I'm not saying I'm going to make this trade, but it's an idea. So what can we look at now? You guys got any coins you want to share? You guys got any trades you want to share? Any coins that we should actually draw up? Tron. Let's look at some Tron. Man, there's a lot going on in this chart. Oh. Damn. That was close. That idea there was close to getting triggered in. Would have had to take profits though. The Tron. We're making our way back up. We've broken free of this structure here. And now we are just flirting with this line here, this big order block sitting right here from this supply zone. It's hit this supply zone once, twice, 3 times. So, are we going to see higher prices on Tron? Wow. Oh, it looks a little promising. I don't think we are. I mean, if we look at this, price came all the way back in 3/4 into this order block. The next time it came in, it was less, and the next time it was less. So is this zone here getting stronger? Well, we know over time they get weaker. Having said that, people could still be putting in their stops. So we've got stops through there, stops through there, stops through there. We could see this price here get retested, and that would still be valid. That could still happen. So even though you go short here, we could still see prices coming in and taking all of these stops from all the way up here. So be wary. Be wary, guys. We've got stops there. We've got stops here now. That liquidity could get taken. And if it does, your trade will be stopped out. So does this mean I would take this short here? You know what? It's already hit this zone a few times. I don't know. I don't know. That was a lovely short right there. And this one just missed out. Like, it was dollars away. Like, cents away. Would have been great. I would have taken profits down here, by the way, if this trade did get triggered in. I wouldn't have waited. I would have taken profits right here. As soon as I saw it was struggling there, yep, that would have been out. Would I take another one? No, I don't think I will. I'm going to see what happens to Tron, because if the price does break through here, that's fantastic. But I'm just looking at this price action here. We haven't seen a bullish move though, so I mean we could still be, yeah, you know what, we haven't seen a bullish move. Hasn't broken through there. This one hasn't broken through. Yeah, it's looking pretty bearish actually. All right. If I'm going to take a trade on this, I'm going to be greedy as hell. Nothing wrong with being greedy on your entry points. We can still get a 3.2. And I could be even more greedy. I probably wouldn't. That seems pretty good to me. Alright, that's an idea for Tron. For anybody watching, you got any coins you want to look at? Got any questions about supply and demand trading? Got any trades that you've made lately you want to share? Do you want some feedback? All right, BNB. It's funny. It's looking very much like I predicted for BNB. We are in discounted prices right now, but we're in this area where I think prices, just like Bitcoin, are going to test this lower structure. And if that's going to happen, I can get a 3, I can get a 4, a risk to reward ratio of 4 from this current supply zone. That will fall, in my view. So yeah, BNB, it's on its way. It's nearly gearing itself up for a good trade. EOS. Yeah, it's not a great structure. We are in discounted prices. And this zone here, it didn't react very well off this zone. So I think it's going to break through that for sure. And possibly test these lower zones down here, possibly. OP. We are currently in the 50% zone for OP. So let me clean this up a little bit. Okay. We have come up. We've taken this 786. I think that was a 786. It's doing a fib from the top to the bottom. Yeah. It was the 60% retracement. That was when I do my shorts. I like to find the zones between 60 and 70%. And you can see here, this was definitely an idea that I had. It would have been a great idea if I was paying attention. When was that? When did that hit? 22nd of December. Oh, that's when I started relaxing a little bit. That would have been a great trade. Oh, damn. Let's show you what that would have been. So for those of you playing at home, did anybody make that trade? Kind of wish I did. Oh well. Can't be in them all. Where do I think OP is heading? Just like Bitcoin. I think we're going to retest that zone there again, actually, to be honest. So that trade, again, might be pretty valid. We could easily... Okay, so with this ranging that's been happening, I think, what has that been doing? It's been putting stops all up here. That's what that's been doing. Every time it hit that top of its structure there, stops are getting created. What does that mean? It means, well, think about it. When you put your trade on in your trading platform and you put a stop, that stop, to you, it means, your trade's failed. To somebody else, that's just liquidity. That's just a trade that they'll make. So if smart money wants to come in and take a big trade up here, and they want to actually take the price from here to here, well, they take all your stops. And that's why those lower time frame trades that I was talking about at the start of this session, that's why those lower time frame trades at the 15-minute mark on these smaller structures here, that's why I'm only going to risk 1%. Because they're riskier trades. Smart money can just come in and gobble all of that up. So I do think for OP, we might see them get gobbled up. We might see smart money come in, and I might take that short right there. Alternatively, we could just see the price drop and retest these lower areas down here we've got marked. So OP, I'm going to keep on my browser. Just keep watch and see what happens. That reminds me, while we're here, why don't we just look at the top coins for the last... However, the last 7 days, is it? Oh, 24 hours. Bitcoin, Binance, number 4. XRP, Litecoin. Have we looked at Litecoin today? We'll take a look at Litecoin next. Solana. Let's take a look at Solana and Litecoin. Pretty excited. There's a lot of good opportunities here. Ooh. Ooh. Didn't trigger me in. Didn't trigger me in yet at all. Let's just take a look at the wider picture of Solana. We are at potentially the top of its structure. A new structure has formed just under this, so we didn't have a huge reaction off this idea here, of this this demand supply zone. Sorry, this is a massive supply zone. Wait a minute, how close was I? Pretty close. Pretty close. Did anyone else get this trade in? But I'd be pretty wary about this right now. We haven't seen a huge reaction, but you know what? We may see the price come and test this zone anyway. It may get triggered in here, and if I do, well, I mean, I think Bitcoin price is coming down. I think this is pretty valid. I'm going to keep this here anyway, just so we can see what the idea was, and we can see if, whoops, if it would have worked or not. But I do like that. I like this a lot. So I'll be looking at Litecoin because it's at the top of the structure, whereas Bitcoin is sitting here. Bitcoin's sitting in, you know, almost the middle of its structure, but just below the middle. And while we think Bitcoin price, well, I think Bitcoin price may be coming down, I'm not really in a position where I want to be shorting Bitcoin or any type of larger risk, because it's sitting in that 50% zone. But for Litecoin here, we're sitting in the top. We're sitting in premium prices. So yeah, to me it's great for a short. In fact, I wonder if I can get a better short because I'm targeting that zone there. I could potentially have two trades here, but that's doubling your risk. This would be a better trade in my view. Price comes up, triggers me in. If the price goes above this area, I mean this one here, this idea that I had here was safer. Much safer idea. Much safer. Sorry, I just got distracted by my phone. Much safer idea, but less reward. Now, looking at this price structure that we've had, I do think for Litecoin it's going to come and retest that again. I feel like it is. And if it does, I kind of want to take it. I think that's the trade I'm going to take. All right, let's move on. We've looked at Litecoin. What was the other one we need to look at? It was Solana. Let's take a look at Solana. Damn, that would have been a great trade. Another one I missed. Oh, that happened yesterday. Damn. Should have started work one day earlier. Man, I've been on fire lately. Any of you guys taken any of these trade ideas off my channel? If you did, you'd be doing better than me. So what does this mean for Solana? Well, I do think the price is going to come back down, and I do think we can pick up another trade down here. I do think so. I know that was a bit of a scam week there. No problem. Well, was it? It has created an imbalance for sure. So This looks tasty. Two big demand zones have been created. Two areas of big imbalance. First one being this one here, the closest one. Second imbalance down here. This is pretty exciting. And we've got this zone here depending on whether or not the price comes down through there. So one idea you could have for Solana. I know I draw a lot of boxes. I know that. So if the boxes confuse you, I do apologize. Okay, if price comes down through there, can we take a long here? If the price breaks through that structure there, I was wrong, but this can give me a 4 risk to reward ratio there. And then of course down here for a longer long. Definitely, I like that point right there. I love that point. It looks good. Do something like that. We can get a 3, so a minimum of a 3. So those are two pretty good trades. Yeah, I like that. Oh, I like those ideas a lot. It's actually nice to see some price reaction happening on Solana. It's very nice. I'm keeping that idea. In fact, I'm moving that idea all the way over. And Solana, you're going up the top of my list again. It's been a long time since you've been there. I know it's weird I talk to my coins. I know. All right. Poly. What's Polygon's number? Well, not number, but what's their thing? What's their three letter? Matic, of course. Need reminding. Matic. All right, let's take a look at Matic then. Matic. Nearing the bottom of its structure here, but we're only in the top of a structure. So I'd be really looking for shorts here, and they're not really a great area of the chart, because up here is your premium prices that you would have wanted to take a short on. Here we're at the 50% zone. Right here we're nearing the real 50% zone. I wouldn't mind considering a short at this area here if it does test those higher prices to come down. But not really looking to trade Matic at the moment. Chainlink. Okay, so that's Link. All right, cool. Sorry, I just need refreshing on all these names, guys. It's been a couple of weeks since I looked at all of the charts, so I've forgotten which ones are which. Do I have Link here? I'm pretty sure I do. Link. Ah, we already looked at this today, didn't we? Okay, fair enough. Cardano, what were you? ADA. I think we looked at ADA. Just double check. Where are you, ADA? No, I don't think we did. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. New structure got created after these lows were blasted through. We've seen the bottom of the structure, and then we've seen the bottom of the structure. Yuck. It just looks like a falling knife to me. I don't know if that's something I'm interested in trading. Yeah, I don't think so. I'd be waiting for structure to prove this was the bottom by finding a higher point, and then I might be interested in a trade. But for now, there's better opportunities. We've looked at Tron. Haven't looked at Cosmos. How is that in the top 20? Terra, what are you? Oh, Luna. Yeah, no. Gotta stay clear of that bullshit. Cosmos. Oh, that's Adam. Okay. Let's have a quick look at Adam. Okay, so July. Okay, we haven't even hit the bottom of Adam. And what's this? Since November? Nearing the top of its structure since November. Alright. Okay. Unless we see some major volume coming in, I think we got lower prices coming for Adam. Let's do a little ruler here. Let's set this up. If this is top of the structure and that is bottom of the structure, then this is our 50% line right here. So we're in premium prices right now for Adam. If I was going to take a short, this would have been an area that I've been interested in, but we haven't had a particularly strong reaction off that point, which tells me we could be looking to test some higher prices. Next one up would be here, but that's not that high, and we may have already tapped into that one right here, and it was mitigated by this line here, so it's not a fresh block. To me, this is the area, and the only area that I'd be keen on looking, but we might not even hit that area. But I'll keep it in there. If Adam does come up, I'd be looking for a short here, for sure. Seems like the highest probability short that I can see. And we can get a 3-to-1 if we're happy to move our entry price up. Now that might not get triggered, but it gives me a much better trade. It's not a bad idea. For some reason we are seeing the Adam price come up. Bear in mind, looking at this structure that's being created here. Yeah, I mean, that's a bit crazy because, and I'll show you why this is concerning to me. Now in supply and demand, we do not use trend lines. We don't use trend lines to trade when we do supply and demand, ever. We don't use indicators. No need for them. But when we have trend lines like this form, that means that retail traders have come in and traded on this trend line created, and that means stops have been put all along the line, above and below. Now you can see here the stops have already been taken out by this line here. Already took them out, so we could see price come from here all the way down to here. That is one idea. And if I had seen this chart before I saw this price action here, I would probably already be in a short. I'd be in a short right here. That seems like a reasonably probable trade. I'd probably still be in this short, to be honest. I could still even get in on it, but having said that, there is a better trade. There isn't a lot of price action between here and here. If smart money does come in, we could see price come and take all of this. Why? It's already done it once. It's done it once here. Now, we probably do have stops sitting right here as well. I'm going to get rid of these stops just here because they've been taken. Because we had a supply zone get created there, it was mitigated, but as the price came up to here, people did take it short. Now that meant there is stops right here, and those stops are still there. And the fact that we've got another swing failure there means there's been stops put here. So we could very well see price come up and test this higher zone, which would be great because that is the premium price of this structure. And if it does, I'm taking a short. I'm definitely taking a short. Probably all the way down to about here. That demand zone there, we had price rally in this area here. Price came up and broke this structure right here. There was a break in structure. Yeah, that supply zone was created. Sorry, that demand zone was created, tapped into again, and taken all the way up. That's the zone I'd be targeting. And I probably want to give this a little bit more room. Let the market breathe a little bit. Very nice 6 risk to reward ratio of 6. I like that. I might take it actually. I'm going to move it to the front of my queue. So what have we got in? We've got Bitcoin longs planned. We've got Link long planned. We've got Chili. Where's this Link one? Yeah, that's the one I missed. Oh, I just missed it. I love this game. All right, since I missed this long on Link, let's just confirm that was for price 5.379. That's the one there. Okay, since I've missed this, do I want to keep it? I don't see why not. Price came into this zone again, had a big reaction. Price didn't even make it to this zone and had a huge reaction. Price has come down again into the zone, had a big reaction, and it's come down here. Now, the reaction could be getting weaker. And I'm not long on Bitcoin right now. I'm short on Bitcoin. Well, I want to be short on Bitcoin. I wouldn't be taking a long on Bitcoin. I'd be taking a short on Bitcoin. So no, I don't really want to be in this at all. I know that I would have triggered in, but my idea when I put this on, my idea was that Bitcoin at the time. I was bullish on Bitcoin when I put this in. Now that I'm bearish, yeah, I don't like it. So we're going to cancel that. If I was in this trade right now, you know what? I need to log in. Bloody hell. If I was in this trade right now, I would have set this to break even. Give me one sec. Where are we? Okay, there it is. So we're going to cancel that link trade. Now for Chili's, I'm going to keep that on for Chili's. Why? Because Chili's has a ways to drop before I'm going to take that long. And I'm thinking for Bitcoin, similar thing, waiting for Bitcoin to drop to take that long. If Bitcoin does drop down to here, I don't think Chili's is necessarily going to form a new structure. I don't think that'll happen. So I'm going to keep that on. Bitcoin, we've got a short from the bottom of those two areas. Let's just double check that that's correct. 16,149. Hopefully that'll be here. 16, yeah, it's close. That's what that one is. And the bottom is 15,711. 15,734. Yeah, it's close. So those are those trades. Those are the ones. Yeah, I'm going to keep those ones in. Okay, so my idea for Bitcoin is price is going to come down and hopefully react off there, and maybe try it and see if we can get some higher prices on this structure. That'd be great. But I am wary of this zone here. So if this does get triggered in, I'll be setting that to break even as soon as possible, because I do feel, even though we probably will react off this price, I don't think the reaction, I don't know if the reaction is going to be strong enough to keep the trade on. I'd rather set to break even than risk. All right, so the question we have is for Adam: do we take a short? Yeah, I think I do. I think I'm going to. Considering too that we've already had a reaction here, and we've broken this structure already in this zone. So this is a good example of course, I wasn't in this trade. I wanted to be, didn't get triggered, but price has come up, price has rallied, and then we've broken price in an area that I already was bearish on. So for me, on a smaller time frame, we can now go in. Price comes up, price rallies, price comes down, and broken structure right here, meaning this is the zone I want to target. Right here. Prices come up. We've got, you can even see this happening on the smaller time scale. Look at this. On the smaller time scale, these little retail areas here, prices come in and gone up. Price has gone up again. So these are even lows right here on the small time frame, even lows, and the price has come to take those stops out. Price is probably going to come and retest this zone again. This is how it usually works, and I am going to take a short right here. If I'm wrong, then the price is going to come up, and it's probably just going to take all my stops and reach new higher highs. That's fair enough if I'm wrong. If I'm right, this could be a great trade. Targeting the next order block down, we get an 8.3. I can give myself a little bit more room to be wrong here, but I don't know if I want to. I'll make it a nice 20%. Let's just double check. Using my fib, top the zone to the bottom. Just got a question here from Anthony. When coins are making new lows, below its range also, would I consider it risky to take a trade? Yeah, because as soon as it's broken that structure, you're just trying to predict where the structure is going to be. I'll show you a good example of that. I mean, the thing is, like, when we're trading with coins, there are so many opportunities out there. So when you see one that doesn't look right because the structure's broken, you don't need to take the trade. All right, so the rule is we like to have our stops 20% off the order block. And let's be really on the ball here, because the traders, so that's perfect now. 20% would be around about here. And we're well and truly above that. So I am doing a short on Adam right there. Let's go set that up. So this is going to take, because the risk here is 0.71%, it's going to require a fair amount of capital to put this trade on. The higher my stop is, the less capital this trade will take. So I could add some more stop. I mean, it's going to make my trade less risky. It's going to make it cost less. I could easily do that and have a 3-to-1. But I like this trade a lot. We'll keep it where, you know what, I like it back up there. That seems like a good trade-off. 5. With enough room to breathe. All right. And that makes it a 0.96. So let me just open up my spreadsheet. And I will come to that question shortly, Anthony. Anthony? It isn't Anthony, is it? All right, so we're looking at, we got an account balance of 676. So our risk is $20.28. This is our first trade for the year. We're doing a short, and what is this one on? What was it? Adam. USTD. I'll set the leverage to 25, and this will be a short. The stop loss risk ratio is 0.96. And that gives us a cost of $85. Not bad. Not bad. With a 3% risk. I'm not going to bother filling out the entry price. That's all on my all on my chart. So we're just going to go in and $20.28 is my total size of this. So we're going to go in and find, what coin was this? Atom. I'm going to set my margin to isolated, and we're doing a 25 leverage. Always use isolated, guys, always. Okay, we'll set those up right. Now I'm going to grab entry point. Before I do this, double check. Am I doing the right thing here? Oh, I don't know anymore. It's a bit risky because of these even highs that we do have here. Smart money could easily come up and take those for sure. We definitely wouldn't go long here. This is always a question you want to ask. Would I go long here? Something my coach taught me. I would not go long here. Why? Because we're already in premium prices. Should I go short here? Well, it is a little bit risky. Reason why it's risky is from the top of the structure to the bottom, we are, in terms of premium prices, we're in lower premium prices. It's going to be great to get this short up above here if we get it. However, we have had this price structure here with all of these stops getting put down there, and I do think they're going to get retested for sure. I could do a 1% risk. But then again, price has broken through here. We've had the break. You know what? Let's put it on. Let's see. I can only lose. And I've been doing pretty well lately, so I'm bound for a loss pretty soon. I shouldn't be thinking that way. What's the cost of this one? The cost of this one is $85. And we're doing a short. Take profit will be there. $20 is the risk. We're going to open that short. All right, now your question, Anthony. When coins are making new lows below its range, would I consider it risky to trade? Well, I think we have some examples of those that I've avoided, that I was looking at. Let's see if I can remember which ones they were. Can see one? Yeah, here's a perfect example. All right. So this was the structure here, and I liked this structure. I would have loved to take a long right here. In fact, it was probably, if I think back, one of the ideas that I definitely would have had on this channel was to take a long here. And I would have planned that long for weeks. For weeks. But what probably happened, if I was to go back through my history and watch my own videos, which I will never do, because the cringe factor. What probably happened was price came down into my zone here. And at the time, Bitcoin, I think, was probably up around here, or up around here at the 50% zone, meaning, in my view, Bitcoin could have room to go down. So if I'm bearish on Bitcoin, I should not be long on anything else at the level that I'm looking at. And because this price structure was here and I thought Bitcoin could go down, yeah, I got out. And the price broke free of that. Now, question is, would you take a long here? I assume we're talking longs because we wouldn't be taking shorts. There is no way I'd be taking short at this level here because it's already in a discounted price. Could the price drop and form a new structure? Yeah, it could. But we don't know that. We don't know the structure, especially on KNC. There is no history here to tell me where KNC could go to. There's nothing to hold on to. So we don't know where it's going to bounce. I'd be leaving this because I like to take trades when I'm feeling confident that it's a high probability trade. And I know everything is random. We can't predict anything because of the randomness. But we can make trades that have a higher probability to have success, for sure. So I need this to show me the lowest part of its structure first. I need to see it bounce and then play with the top area again. So then I have a good idea of the range. And it will. It'll just take time. For Bitcoin, it's a bit different. For Bitcoin, we have this structure here, and it could break through the structure easily enough. But we have historic data that we can use to predict where the price is going to be bouncy or test. This particular zone here is a demand zone that got created in the bull run of October 2020. And yeah, the price is going to come through there. The price is going to struggle to break free from this area, just like it struggled here at this zone here. And this zone down here, it's got less, in my view, it's got less impact than this big zone right here, where we're struggling to get past right now. If we get past there, I think price will hit here, play around here for a little while, but I think it's really going to want to test down here at the 10,000 zone. Does that mean I short from here? No, I don't short from here. I'm looking for confluence. I'm looking for the market to tell me where it's going. That's what I'm looking for. Not looking to take huge amounts of risk on a whim. I want the market to show me where it wants to go. If that makes sense. Hope that makes sense. And to tell me where it wants to go, we look at the high time frames, by the way. We could start with the daily. If you want, daily is a great place to start looking at where we could go. You can see here on the daily, we've got some massive zones here. We've got a zone right here that we've tapped into twice. Once and twice. As support weakens over time, we could see the price come through there for sure. On the 8 hour, I like the 8 hour chart. In my view, it's a great chart for looking at, higher trends. And we can see here on the 8 hour, we've got this zone very similar. I've just honed in on my zone here that we've tapped into one time. I think we're going to tap it again, and I think we might go higher. I really do. I'm waiting for that. But if it falls through here, then this is where we're going. All right, so we have Adam on. Looking for that short to come up and then take it down. Am I comfortable with this? I don't know. Am I jumping into this because I want to be in a trade? Perhaps. And that can always be a problem. If you're jumping in on a trade because you just want to be in a trade and you haven't been on one in a while, that is a problem. You could be seeing that live on this stream right now. Absolutely. Is there a better trade here? The original one I had maybe even be better. I think it might actually. Because I can get a 3-to-1 that's far less risky. You know what? I think I might actually take that. Same entry point. I could take this one on a separate account too. But that'd double my risk. So you know what? Screw it. We're just going to redo that trade. Same order price. I think it's the same profit level too. Different stop level. The cost will have changed, so I need to change this cost so that my risk is only $20. And my profit will be 63. I'm going to take that. I think that's a better trade. I'll keep the first one on there just so we can see. The reason why I like this trade a bit more is just got a bigger wick, and that gives me more room to breathe, especially for these altcoins, which you can see have sometimes got tremendous volume. So we'll take that one instead. And once this does get triggered in, this is take profit 1. So I'll go in and I'll set take profit 2 to be down here for a much better trade. I'll keep the other one on as an example of probably a bad trade. We'll see what happens here. All right, guys, I think that's it for me today. We will see what happens with these trades, and I'll come back tomorrow and let you know. For now, I hope you guys have a great day. Hope you get some great trades in, and I will see you in the next session. All right, guys, later.